Hi, welcome to Studio 23 Nashville.
This is Colbert. I'm Bryan.
I'm Jennifer.
We're glad to be here today, and today we have a Texas guest.
Oh,
a
yes.
wonderful songwriter named Tresea Neal.
And it's not exactly what you think. Texas, you think more honky-tonk, two-stepping. The true sound in the heart of Texas, a little bit different. She's going to explain that to us. Can't wait to visit
stick
with
around.
her.
Come join us with Tresea Neal on Studio 23 Nashville.
It's time for Studio 23 Nashville with your hosts, Jennifer Herron and Bryan Cumming, and today's very special guest, Tresea Neal.
We're very glad to talk today to Tresea Neal, one of my very favorite songwriters. Tresea, welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
She's from my home state, Texas.
That's right, Texas.
Right?
That's why
Right.
she's so special.
Proud Texan.
We say y'all down there.
Well, tell me, y'all can both tell me how it feels to be from a state that used to be a country.
Yeah.
I mean,
pretty
is that
much.
part of the attitude thing? Like,
I think that Texans have a certain sense of pride, you know. I don't know why, but I'm a Texan.
Yeah, and we're one of the only states that we have the state, the outline, the shape of Texas hanging in our house,
Right.
part of our decor, carved into the
identity.
front door of the house. I don't
Birthday
know.
cake.
Yes.
it's a good shape. It's a good shape for
Definitely.
doing license plates and stuff like that. Well, let's talk about music then.
Yeah, and I was going to say music still is kind of like a country there, right? We're broken up into regions and different sounds across the state. I
It
would
is
say.
so big, yeah. I mean, there's just all kinds of genres going on and different feels in different cities. Austin is, to me, the hotbed,
Lyrically, I would say so. You've been
You
to
know,
Texas.
and I've been in Nashville, and I was drawn here as a songwriter, and I keep getting the impression that a lot of Nashville looks toward Texas, with Rodney Crowell coming here and making more attention toward Guy Clark and Towns Van Zandt. There are all these luminaries that are just really, their names really hold up, and they're Texans, and they write great songs.
I don't know why there's so many Texas artists. I keep thinking maybe it's just because the state's so big.
Yeah.
And then there's all these musicians that you hear about. But there's some great music that comes out of Austin. I mean, everywhere. But to me, Austin, it's got its own little thing going on. There's so many songwriters and musicians who there's a different vibe. It's not all about the business. It's the people. A lot of the people have already been up here and maybe had success, maybe not, but they play more from the heart for themselves and hope somebody likes it rather than trying to fit into a particular genre just because they can make money.
Right.
They've kind of gotten over the money thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of curious if you could talk about who influenced you, like your sound and your style. Can you trace any particular artist that
Absolutely. It will date me, but I learned every Brenda Lee record from verbatim. I mean, every little nuance, and I can still go back and still remember that she was a huge influence. And then as time went on, I got into Bob Dylan and I got into Janis Joplin. Spent a lot of time doing cover band in Atlanta, doing all kinds of Janis Joplin stuff. I was playing the drums at the time, and we were doing Hendrix and Joplin and just screaming, our primal scream days. And so I have this raspiness that I think just comes from that era. I just never recovered.
That's really taking it over the edge vocally with
It
Janis
is.
Joplin. But she's another Texas girl.
Another Texas, and then, there's just so many. More recently, I was greatly influenced by Sean Colvin. And there's a writer here in town, or an artist here in town, named Pam Rose, who's first introduced me to all these different tunings. And so I wasn't aware of anything like that. So, she's not a Texan, but I met her in Atlanta. So those are some influences.
And there's a great movement there in Texas. Some of these women you've mentioned, there's that independence, that Rosie Flores, that Sean Colvin, they get out there and it doesn't matter what age they are, they're still kicking and strong, and their message is strong, and
It's never say die.
yeah, yeah.
There's a great male artist like that too, and that's another part of the beauty of particularly the Austin scene that I can speak about, is that they don't see age. in Austin, it's not geared to, well, you can't be over 26 or something, or you're not going to be a viable product. Yeah. It's just seasoned musicians. There's the beginners too that are some really, really great ones.
Is there a way to pinpoint the sound, I guess, sometimes in Texas, that area? Because there's a lot of folk music in the Hill Country. They have folk festivals there. Mm-hmm. The Austin scene, I guess, what does it classify as? Americana more? Or
I kind of think that Americana just generated from that area. Yeah. I mean, it's a little folk, it's a little blues, it doesn't fit. I mean, it's like the artist that's, well, how do you market them? They aren't any particular vein. It's just kind of like everybody just does what they feel. Not everybody, but just generally speaking, I think a lot of the Americana stemmed from that kind of a attitude, sensibility. Yeah.
And it's really a neat place for live music, because a lot of the stars down there in that area are not necessarily on radio all the time. You can listen to them, and it brings back that feel, just the passion, energy. And the energy between the audience and the artist, and that communication, with those lyrics and stuff back and forth. I think it's amazing.
With the city growing so, and places, the clubs, that the rent they had to pay and the taxes have skyrocketed, and slowly a lot of them are disappearing. So a lot of the singer-songwriter venues just aren't there anymore.
Yeah. Well, when you perform, it's usually solo. Club.
It depends. It's usually not solo. It's usually with another guitar player, or at times, like I guess the most recent time I played at a club called Threadgills. There, I had a 4-piece band, and at the Cactus Cafe, which is a great venue, I had a 4-piece band there.
Do you get across more on the Janis Joplin side of it, or is it still your songs? Or
it's mainly my songs, maybe a few covers in there.
And some of the songs are danceable. I mean, with a drummer and everything, I guess.
These are listening rooms.
Oh, okay. Well,
primarily, I mean, at Threadgills you can get up and get out in the dirt and dance around if you want.
That's usually how it is in Texas, either gravel parking lot or dirt.
Yeah. But like the Cactus and the other place I play, a couple of other New World Deli in town there, it's pretty much listening rooms.
Okay.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
Well, I talked to you earlier and you had said, I'm more into the publishing stuff. It's publishing side, I guess, of the business these days. So what do you look for as a publisher? I'm sure you're out there seeing a lot of young talent trying their hand at songwriting. Some of them think anybody can do it. So what is it that you look for, that magic?
Well, it's not so much that I'm a publisher. It's that that's my focus, is just trying to deal with other publishers to get songs cut.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not like a full-blown publisher that's going out and saying, can I publish your song? Yeah. Hey, sweetie. Hey there. So, I mean, I have a publishing company, but it's not focused that way. Okay. I'm not trying to build a roster of writers or anything like that.
Okay.
It's about how to get the songs heard, other than going to play at the club.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, we've kind of got that Nashville songwriting point of view.
Now, she's a fan as well. So we have visited about some of the venues that are so famous in Austin that right away people think of, the Austin city limits and places like that. And you've been to some of those venues and seen who? Name drop and tell us about some of the people you admire.
The Moody Theater at where they filmed Austin City Limits. Saw Casey Musgrave recently there. Aretha Franklin.
Oh, wow.
Randy Newman. Bonnie Raitt. That's who I think of off the top of my head. And then there's another venue that I mentioned previously, that's the Cactus Cafe. It's on the University of Texas campus. And everybody that was the Texas heartbeat, Towns Van Zandt, Guy Clark, that whole group of people, and on up still today, it's like the premier songwriting venue. It's only seats like 150 people, but it's really a listening room. I mean, they'll get upset with you if you make any noise while the set's going on. But I can't even begin to think. Alison Krauss, you name it, just everybody has played there. I mean, it's more of an acoustic Americana type venue. So that's a good one. There's a place called One World Theater that's also very good. And, you know, people like Ricky Skaggs, and various other wonderful people come in and play there.
Now, you two met how?
It was through another singer-songwriter friend in Nashville named CeCe Couch. And a lot of the songs we've been recording in the studio are ones that Tresea wrote with CeCe. And it's a real pleasure to get in there. And it's almost like CeCe is Texan, because she doesn't really get involved in the Nashville Music Row scene, but she just writes and, you know, and finds people like Tresea to collaborate with. And they're really nice songs. I'm sure you'll have some kind of, like, as you say, publisher, you know, aspirations or interest.
Well, yeah, I mean, we want to hang on to our publishing if we can. But you usually maybe have to split it with the publisher, or in some cases, if it's an artist wanting it, you may have to let them have the publishing. It's just the way the business works.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, Bruce Robinson is a name that's out in the
Love
Austin
him.
area.
Absolutely love
And
him.
he's had cuts with a lot of big Nashville acts even. Well, George Strait's out of Texas,
George
I guess.
Strait.
But, you know, he's considered, I guess, a Nashville act because, you know, he's
Yeah.
been on that scene and stuff. And it's funny how sometimes you'll hear Bruce perform that song that George recorded, all stripped down and singing it, you know, heart and soul. Or like he wrote that song, Angry All the Time, that Tim McGraw
I don't
recorded.
know why you gotta be angry all the time.
Oh my gosh, have you heard that song?
I should.
Real
Oh, it's-
heart
I don't think
wrenching.
so.
It was
Yeah.
about his parents'
Sounds like-
divorce and everything. You know, why do you have to be so angry all the time? But then when you hear like Tim
wonderful.
McGraw recorded that one, you know, it's very different, the production and stuff. And it's
Yeah,
interesting to me
it
because
is.
I guess at some point as a songwriter, you have to kind of hand over the baby and lose
Yeah.
some of that control. And
Right, and George Strait did Wrapped Around Your Pretty Little Finger
yeah.
again, and Bruce does a great version of it.
yeah.
That's
So-
cool. No, that's one thing that Nashville has, is the insight into the way the song sounds raw when the writer performs it. Even
Right.
if somebody great has recorded it. But the Bluebird, you know, kind of instituted as a,
Yeah.
you know, as
Great venue too.
a yeah, yeah.
Well, we'll be back
Okay.
with some more talk. This is
Okay,
very
great.
interesting.
It
Kind of
is,
delves
yeah.
into the other side of music with Tresea Neal on Studio 23 Nashville.
Straighten up and flat right.
Now available, Come Out Swingin', the new CD by the Bryan Cumming Jazz Quartet. Come Out Swingin' is available at Studio23Nashville.com and all major digital retailers.
Sing, come out swinging.
Come Out Swingin' by the Bryan Cumming Jazz Quartet. Get yours today.
Tresea,
Yes.
you wrote a song that was the title of an album, Who I Am. And when I first heard it, I just really got a sense of an artist saying, by golly, it's what I am, it's what I do, it's who. It was a really strong statement. Was there some kind of situation that caused you to
Well,
feel the need to say
Yeah, just over time, you know, I've done this for so long.
that? Yeah.
And I actually one day ran into an old friend of mine from high school, and, you know, what are you up to, what are you doing? She said, are you still playing? And I said, yeah. And she says, when are you going to grow up and quit doing that? You know? And so, and just a couple of little incidents like that, and it's like, anyway, a couple of other people, a couple of relatives, it's like, when are you going to hang it up? And I said, I can't hang it up, you know? It's who I am, it's what I do. And so that just festered around in my brain for a while, and this came out.
I appreciate it. You helped me realize who I am. You
Right.
helped me take steps in the same direction that you're taking by writing that
That
song.
makes me feel good.
let's
Watch
play.
where you step.
You got that right. Okay, here we
Okay,
go
here we
with
go.
who she is.
2, 3, 4.
When you see my old leather boots all scuffed up and scarred, you'd probably like to take me shopping the first thing tomorrow. I know your hopes and plans for me aren't easy to let go, but I'm happy poet's pen, and life here on the road with these tattered jeans, these crazy dreams, this guitar in my hand. This isn't just some childish choice I made. It's not some rebel stand. And don't try to change me, but love me if you can. This isn't just something I do, it's who I am. Sister Martha's got 2 kids, a husband and a house. It's what she always wanted, what she always talked about. Down the narrow road, according to the rules of the game. But a broken heart's just because I couldn't do the same. I got these tattered jeans, these crazy dreams, this guitar in my hand. This isn't just some childish choice I made. It's not some rebel stand. Don't try to change me, but love me if you can. This isn't just something I do, it's who I am. I'm heart and soul, I'm flesh and blood, the very same thread you're made of, carefully woven into a cloth. It's not so different from you, except for these tattered jeans, these crazy dreams, this guitar in my hand. This isn't just some childish choice I made. It's not some rebel stand. Don't try to change me, but love me if you can. This isn't just something I do, it's who I am. This isn't just something I do, it's not something I'm trying to prove. This isn't just something I do, it's who I am.
It's who you are.
Ah.
What's that one funny chord?
Hickman County, Tennessee. It feels a lot like home, or how home should feel. Come by, sit a spell. Soak in the goodness that inspired Minnie Pearl to write about this special place. Visit Hickman County, Tennessee's hidden treasure.
It's good to be back with Tresea Neal on Studio 23, Nashville.com.
We're expecting some new music from her, right?
Yes, we are.
Uh-huh.
Working on an album.
We are in the process. This will be the 3rd one with Bryan. And then I had another one years and years ago, it was vinyl even, that was on CBS Playboy. And but then after that, then everything's been independent. So we've almost got it finished.
You know,
We've
vinyl
been-
is coming back too, so you might want to think about
I
that.
know, I
It's
know.
making a
That'd be good.
comeback.
I'd be
It's
very
really
proud of
cool.
you if you did
yes.
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
But anyway, we're working hard on it. We're trying to get it mixed out now, and Bryan, just incredible. I bring these songs in, and he just kills them. You know, it's just so fun.
I
Tell
hope they're
me
still
about
alive.
yeah. Tell me about this. I want to know what you do in the studio. What do you do over there? What is he like in the studio? Does he tell you, we could do it this way, sing it this way, or what is so magical about him?
We have, I don't know what it is between the two of us. We have a special something. We've talked about it,
It is.
special chemistry. and we just kind of read each other's mind, you know. It's just, we'll just get started, and between the two of us, I mean, there's not anybody in particular in charge. We just roll with it. Wander through it. And
I'll try something then she'll go, oh, how about that? And I'm just experimenting, I have no idea. And she'll how about that? And sometimes she likes it kind of weird. But then, I mean, really, it is. It's very unusual, but the result is really, it's
well, I find
very
it
exciting.
interesting because when you come in, you've written the song, so you have the words, and maybe like if you play guitar, you've kind of got it strumming, but then to fill in all the other instruments, you kind of basically, I guess, have to hum it to him or kind of say, well, I kind of want this sound.
Well,
or
sometimes, you know, I think you are more of a musician and orchestrator, you know, producer yourself, in addition to being a writer, because like the way you describe it helps me mention that the guitar parts are very well thought out and very well played, and they really are a great foundation for I mean, it works great as guitar and voice. I mean, the art of it. But in addition to the writing, the performance is really very satisfying. So now Tresea comes to me and says, now let's see what else we can do. So it kind of starts with the guitar part.
We start with a click track, just so I'll be steady, and I'll put a rough guitar vocal down. And then we'll go back, and I'll usually replay my guitar without the vocal, so it won't be connected. And then Bryan just starts building.
Well, and a lot of it is what we don't do. I mean, we were listening to one today where there were no drums on it, but we had put on a guitar that would serve the purpose of a drum. You know, it was in addition to several other guitars, but you know, and when we come back and listen to it weeks later, I'm going, what in the world were these people thinking? But it sure sounds interesting. You know, I have to trust myself, you know, coming back to it, you know, weeks later. Yeah. What was I thinking? But it really is very interesting. You know,
it's a lot of fun.
There was a philosophy about how to use a guitar like a drum, you know, because the song needed a little bit of a beat, but we didn't want to just make it ordinary drum beat.
And what he did was so cool because he ended up using a delay, and we had the rhythm.
Yeah.
And then he just put these guitars in that were just going dum, 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 which actually provided the rhythm, but it was guitars doing it.
Yeah.
So it just does cool stuff like that.
See, that is fun to me. That almost reminds me like when you were a kid and they turn you loose in the music room for your first time, you know, in school. Yeah. And it's like you're messing with stuff and figuring out what the different sounds of things are and how you can create and just go wild with instruments.
Well, he's brilliant at it. And I've had people ask me before, and I say, well, Bryan, he plays everything. And then he's just like a little tree monkey. He just hops around.
Tree monkey.
Love it. It is. Let's go.
That's perfect. She's got you down.
And he'll hop over here. He'll hop over here. He's so energetic. You know, it's just fun to watch. I hope you take that as a compliment.
I do. Anything you have to say. Yeah. No, it is. It's tons of fun because I really love the results. And the chemistry is that whatever the result is never would have happened with me by myself. I'm capable of it, you know, technically. Yes, I played that, but it was not me by myself. It was me trying something and Tresea going, ooh, that's it. That's good. Let's go there. And really, there's an emotional part of that because it's about the song, and the song has a feeling. That's another thing that's so great about Tresea. Like, she really captures a feeling in the words and the melody and her voice and the guitar. It's just, it really takes you somewhere. I mean, you're gonna like these songs.
Thank you, Bryan.
That's magic. It truly is. Yeah, it really is. And when you can pull that out of somebody, people are dealing with different stuff or want to feel a certain way, whether it's happy or they're upset over something. And when you make that connection, it is so magical. It's like therapy for people. It really is. Truly.
Well, there's one song in particular that we've got on the show today that it's all about you.
It's all about you. Yeah, it was a biting comment about somebody I was really upset with, and it's scathing, really. But it's up tempo and it sounds happy, but you listen, it's like, oh my gosh, she's really mad.
You tore into him. Good for you.
But she
Give it to him.
all of it into the song. You know, the guitar, the voice, you know, received the
it's kind of like that bless your heart thing. It sounds so sweet and stuff, but actually, listen a little closer to what that means. Can we follow you on, I mean, everything's gone digital now. Is there a website, different links?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, my website it's Tresea Neal. That's how you spell Tresea Neal. And Tresea Neal music.com.
Okay, easy
And
enough.
you can see it on Reverb Nation /Tresea Neal. There's some YouTube stuff. And as far as buying it, you know, the typical places, CD Baby, iTunes, most of those digital kind of, it's not, I don't think it's on Amazon, but it's on CD Baby, I know, and iTunes. So
Digital
look
is
me
the
up.
way. I'm telling you, it is.
Well, I'm glad you're here in Nashville again.
Oh, I'm thrilled to be here, and thank you all for inviting me. This is fun.
It's cozy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta love it here at Studio 23 Nashville.
What's life without a dog anyway?
Be the envy of the neighborhood. Make your friends jealous. Be the first on your block to get official swag from Studio 23 Nashville, Pinkerton Productions, and Bryan Cumming. Just visit our store at the bottom of the page and order yours today.
This one song of yours called Fifth Avenue, it's always stuck with me. And I can't get out of the image that you describe. You're in Austin, you're looking out across Fifth Street.
Right.
And the song is just what you see and what you...
Right, just it's kind of a reverse the grass is greener.
Okay, the grass is bluer
Right.
over there on that side of
Yeah.
Fifth Street.
But anyway.
All right, well, I'm very glad to be here with you doing
Thank you, and
Fifth Avenue.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Just about this time, as each new day breaks, carefree memories flood my mind, and my whirly heart aches. Now I've tried every trick that I got in my book, looking for a fix. Ah, but nothing seems to work. Here on the side of Fifth Avenue, the grass should be green, the sky should be blue. Across the tracks, poor people in shacks relax on their porches with their neighbors. Hey, hey, and I guess I lost along the way. Hey, hey, I thought I was too fun for the simple things. Hey, hey, well, I think I'll just ditch it all, clip my wings and crawl back to the wrong side of Fifth Avenue. And oh, for lazy days like those of my youth, living hand to mouth. Ah, but everything's cool on the other side of Fifth Avenue. They drink beer and they have backyard barbecues, but here on this top floor, through these cold glass doors, more becomes less, less becomes more. Hey, hey, and I guess I lost along the way. Hey, hey, I thought I was too fine for the simple things. Hey, hey, well, I think I'll just ditch it all, clip my wings and crawl back to the wrong side of Fifth Avenue.
That's nice. That's very dynamic.
Well, maybe so. you sure help matters, I'll tell you.
I like
You're
how
a sweet
you
guitar.
just talk and then it kind of takes you to this.
You know, I've never really
revelation.
written anything like that before.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of a thing, and it does make people stop and listen, at least at first, because it's just so different.
Yeah, I sure like it. It's got a great mood.
Do you want to win friends and influence people? Don't buy a book. Advertise on Studio 23 Nashville. It's easy. Just contact us at studio23nashville@gmail.com.
We're back on Studio 23 Nashville, and we have saved the best for last. Tresea Neal is going to name drop now. My goodness, lady, who have you rubbed elbows with? Everybody and anybody in music that was really somebody.
I've had a long career. I started off in Atlanta with Bill Lowry. He had great people, Dennis Yost, the Classics 4, Buddy Bowie, the Atlanta Rhythm Section, who were pretty much, it was that group that backed me up on my first records in the Atlanta Rhythm Section. And then there was a guy, I'm sure most of you know, Steve Dorff, who was signed to him, and I was signed to him. And then we both kind of drifted on over to Chips Moman, and it turned out that I ended up playing drums on a session for Steve Dorff. I've still got the record. It's funny to go back and listen. It's a pretty good record. Of course, Steve writes great songs.
Who
Yeah.
produced that? Chips?
That was Chips Moman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Steve's written so many, you mentioned that, so many huge hits. Going back, I know he wrote Every Which Way But Loose. That was a big one. What all has he written?
oh,
Gosh,
that
so many.
one, I can't think of the name of it, that
Misery
Kenny
and
Rogers
Changes?
did
Oh, Through the Years.
through the
Oh,
years.
Through the
yeah.
Years, Kenny Rogers.
Many,
Merle
many.
Haggard songs. Who all has he not written for?
I
All the big
know.
stars. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
he's just wonderful. And let's see if I'm name dropping. Then I ended up over with a guy named Pete Drake,
Yes.
and it was a major lesson in the music business.
He had his own
He's-
label going on out of Texas. He did a lot of stuff with the Opry stars, even like Ernest Tubb and folks like that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When he was just shopping me and several other people around to the major labels, but I didn't know that.
Yes, he put out some great work. I think it was called First Generation Records, if I'm not mistaken. But he recorded some of the Opry stars, and he had played with Ernest Tubb and some of
He
the greats.
played with everybody.
Well, he played with the Beatles too.
George
Yeah,
Harrison.
He did Ringo's first solo record, and then George Harrison. He was on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean
And-
all the Billy Sherrill stuff, Tammy
Oh,
Wynette,
yeah.
George Jones,
Was he on Nashville Skyline? Right.
Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
I didn't get
yeah.
to go to any of those, but he took me
Yeah.
around at a lot of things. And I was telling Bryan, one of the biggest lessons, he took me to a Patti Page
Vocal session.
over at Columbia Records. And I got to sit, she was standing up like right over 6 feet away, and I was sitting in a chair, and there was no barrier between the two of us. And so they were recording, and I got to hear Patti Page's pure voice, just like she was singing in this room, you know. And it was a major lesson, because I'd hear the playback and it sounded so big, and then when she was singing so soft and tenderly, you know, and it was like, oh, I don't have to scream. Although in some of this stuff I'm still screaming, but you know, you can do it with such nuance and beauty, and I learned that from that session. I just learned so much.
That's so cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It
Oh
is.
my
It
gosh.
is.
Yeah, masters. Just
Absolute
masters.
masters. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
Well, I think that's one of my favorite things about Teresa is how the dynamics. You know, she can sing so softly and with nuance, tenderly, but can really get.
And belts it out
excited,
too,
yeah.
right?
Right.
That's
Yeah,
the Texan in her.
There
She
you
can't
go.
help it.
The tender Texan.
I can't help it.
Yeah, I can't.
So we couldn't let her get away without asking about barbecue. We have to ask about barbecue when you go to Texas, right? That's the thing,
Oh, there's
right?
some great barbecue.
Yeah, and
And
it's
it's
brisket.
not like Tennessee.
Yeah, it's
That is right.
different, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
Very
A lot
different.
of beef, brisket. Of course, there's still the pork too, but the brisket is the big deal in Texas. I won't name any particular restaurants, but it's everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We will
I
remember.
could, but I won't.
Well, thank you, Teresa, for the tips and for the music
right.
and for the visit.
Oh,
It's been
thank
a
you all so
great
much. It's been
pleasure
so
to have you
fun.
here.
We've had so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
y'all.
what we'll
We
say
got
from
it.
Texas.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah. We
Y'all.
got it. We got
Y'all
it.
come back now. Thanks for joining us on Studio 23 Nashville.